Welcome back, everybody, to War on the Sea, and we are continuing with our first time playing through the Allied Guadalcanal campaign. Had our first major surface battle in the last episode, and I think I learned a lot, especially of what not to do, but I hopefully learned a few things about what to do as well, and thank you all for your great feedback on helping me and the observations that you made. You know, anytime you play a new game, you're figuring out how the game works, you're figuring out how all the systems work in the game, and you're learning what you need to do and what you need to experience so that you can do better the next time. So we're going to actually pull our task forces back to New Hebrides, get refit, reformed, ready to go, and we're going to head right back up to Guadalcanal, and we're going to start shelling Guadalcanal with our battleship and see if we can't take that over so we can launch attacks later on Florida Islands and Maliata as well. So let's dive in. So what we're doing now is we're getting our ships rearmed, and we're going to check in on any repairs that we need to make to our ships. So let's go ahead and do the same here, rearm those ships. Now I got to figure out exactly how repairs work in the game because I'm not entirely sure of that. I think what we basically do is we just swap them into the port. So I guess we have to take a look first and see who's got damage. So let's see. We've got 3 days on Wichita and Nicholas being repaired. Number of repairs here. South Dakota, you can see New Orleans, Atlanta have repairs. So maybe just by being in port, is that how this is happening? These are the things that we have to learn. So I'll watch and see what happens. So what we do is we release them, just like we released the Wichita and the Nicholas, so that they could be repaired. They go back into the queue, and then you get command points back that you can then spend on other ships that you can take out. So we've got to also send the New Orleans and the Atlanta for repairs. So let's go ahead and take care of that. New Orleans is right here. We're going to release them, confirm that, and then we need to look at our other task force and do the same with Atlanta. So now that gives us 168 points that we can use on other things. I'm tempted to get myself a aircraft carrier at this point, but I don't think I'll go that route just yet. All right, we've put together a new task force: O'Bannon, North Carolina; Vincennes, Northampton; Minneapolis, and Stevens. So we've got the battleship North Carolina. We've got several heavy cruisers and a few destroyers. I want to go up and see what's left of his fleet and see if we can take that on and clear the way for us to be able to get in there and land and take Guadalcanal from the enemy. All right, so we've got another problem here. We've got 4 destroyers, a light cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, and a battleship showing up at Port Moresby. What do we have over here? We've got level 1. Okay, this is actually Port Moresby, a pretty high-level fort. What kind of air power? Oh, we can't launch air power until 5 a.m. Darn it. All right, so this is a problem. Oh, boy. That's a major problem. I want to be able to get... Okay, now we can launch some air power. 3.8 hours more. So that's a pretty nasty fleet, and I want to be able to send some air power to go after them, but I guess we're going to have to wait a little while longer before we can do that. And we're going to lose them in the process. Darn it. Okay. Task Force 3 has run into something now. Oh, it's just air power. Nothing really that I'm worried about. Let's see if we can get some air power. Oh, 0.4 hours. All right. Now we have to fight. It's just more planes. All right, that's all right. We'll do it. All right, we have a significant number of aircraft coming in at us. We've got these aircraft here, which appear to just be fighters. They are. Let's make sure that's what these guys are too. No, those are not fighters. Those are bombers. Okay, and I'm not really set up the way I should be for anti-aircraft fire, so we absolutely have an issue on our hands here. All right, we want to go after the lead ship, or the biggest threat with our anti-aircraft. That's right. Same thing with Mansinne's. I'm going to target those planes, not ships. These are the guys we've got to shoot down before they can bomb us. It's going to take them a little while to get there. The fighters are coming in first. They're going to strafe my destroyer back in the rear. Of course, because of my formation, I'm really not set up well for anti-aircraft fire. We did get one of them. And it's really too late to do anything about the formation. I was set up expecting to run into his ships, and so I went into this line formation so I'd be best equipped to deal with that. So I'm a little worried about what's going to happen with my lead ship here. Let's go ahead and speed back up. Alright, our anti-aircraft fire has started. We're starting to go into a two-column formation, but it's obviously way too late to be worried about that. So here come his bombers. I'd be curious to see where they're headed. I would expect they're probably headed for my battleship. We'll see soon enough. I'm waiting to see if they start making a turn toward the battleship. Maybe they're not. Come on, take one out. At least take one out right now. No, he's not going for the battleship. He's probably going for one of the cruisers then. Honestly, I'm not sure what he's doing. There he goes. We got one of them. Very strange. Oh, he's coming back around. I think he is going for the battleship. Oh, he dropped his bombs. Northampton got hit. Oh, boy. Okay. We're going to take all the bombers down, but not before he got bombs. I didn't even see the bombs fall. Let's take a look at our damage. Heavy damage on the Northampton. Oh, boy. Okay. We'll take out that last one here in a minute. And we lost the Northampton. Northampton is sinking from the damage that she received. So we're going to lose one of our heavy cruisers. That really stinks. Definitely not the ideal situation going into what I expect to be a battle against a decent size enemy fleet. We shot down 7 of the 10 aircraft that came in toward us, but that was brutal. That was not fun at all. All right, let's see if we can find these guys. Yeah, ignore them. Keep going. I hate when I have to deal with these planes, but let's see what happens. All right, so far we're dealing with fighters, but we've got another group of 4 Japanese bombers coming in. And you can see them way back here. We're trying to get into a better formation for dealing with them. But again, I'm really worried that if he focuses all those bombers on one of my planes, or on one of my ships, I'm going to have a real problem on my hands. So let's see what happens when they get there. Alright, here we go. So I've got all of my ships in hard right turns going as fast as they can. So we're trying to make ourselves harder targets to hit. He's got 4 bombers coming in at me. Hopefully we can hit at least 1 or 2 of them before they get close enough to drop their bombs. I don't know who they're going to be targeting this time. I can't afford to lose another heavy cruiser, that's for sure. Come on, baby. I don't even know for sure if I'll be able to see the bombs. I don't like that I've got 2 ships this close to each other. This is going to be bad. So they dropped their bombs. It looks like they're going to be on the destroyer, so that actually might bode well for me. We'll see if anything actually hits. Oh, Minneapolis was hit by 1. That's who they went after. Darn it. Only 1 so far. It's still going to hurt, but At least it was just one. Let's see what the repair situation looks like. That's actually minor damage. That's not too bad. That was a lot better situation this time than it was the last time when I took, what, 3 or 4 direct hits and ended up losing a cruiser. All right, here we go. We got 2 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, and 2 heavy cruisers. Let's see if we've learned anything from our last battle about how to do this and do it right. So first things first, we are going to turn on a radar on all of our ships. We do have a number of planes coming in already, so it's not just going to be the Navy that we have to deal with. It's also air power. Now these are fighters there. Let's see what we've got here. Just another fighter. That's good. I have a feeling these are our bombers. Yep, there they are. So never seem to be quite done with these bombers, unfortunately. Hopefully they don't mess me up so bad that I don't have an opportunity to deal with his Navy. So we'll see what happens here. His Navy's coming from here. So right now the immediate threat is definitely from the bombers. There's 4 of them again. Man. Really could use an aircraft carrier so I can get my own planes up there to deal with these guys. So let's make sure that we're targeting the bombers and not the fighters with our anti-aircraft fire. I'm gonna specifically tell each of these ships to be targeting those planes and those planes only. Forget the fighters. Let them strafe me if they want to. Well, we still appear to be targeting the fighters and not the bombers, so that's a little frustrating. And there, now we finally have at least one ship going after them. It seems like they're going after Mansinne. We took down 2 of them already, it looks like. Oh, no, we didn't. These are dive bombers. Oh, boy. This is going to be really bad. Yep. Mansinne took 2 bombs. Actually, only minor damage, though. So that's good. Could have been worse. We got minor damage here on the O'Bannon. But now his bombers have done their thing. So now we can start worrying about going after his Navy. Alright, we're already, at least with our battleship, able to start targeting the enemy fleet. Even as we turn around, we're going to try to get in a straight line going right here. See if we can get them. We only see the 2 lead ships at the moment. I've got all my ships with their radar on. You can see we already have a pretty decent firing solution, 54%. We're going to go ahead and tell them spot, because what they'll do is they'll wait until the first shots land before they fire again. That should improve the accuracy, at least in theory. And I don't know. Let's see what ships we're facing. Okay. Let's make sure that we're targeting the big one. I don't know if we were or not. But that's who I want to be going after right now. I want to take out his big guns first. Then let's go back to the other ships. They're probably out of range at the moment. But I'm going to get everybody else firing on that number 1. Alright, let's take a look at North Carolina again. See how we're doing. 58%. That's not bad. I want to see how close these things are landing. Alright, they're not landing real close yet. But that'll improve, hopefully. I want to try and take out a couple of these lead ships before the other ones get close. I'm going to do the same with the others. Looks like they're all set to spot now. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the aircraft. Unless those are new aircraft. No, they're all flying away. Alright, we're starting to get everybody in the row like we want. Looks like it's a pretty decent formation at the moment. I'll get some torpedoes going their way once they get a little closer and we've got everybody in a straight line. And we don't have to worry about being fired on. What's our range right now? Still 20,000 yards. 60%. Come on, 16s. We gotta land some hits. Contact. We're just spotting the other ships. We know there's 6 of them total. Oh, that came pretty close. Actually, this is who we're targeting with the battleship at the moment. Let's double check, make sure that we don't have any of our own ships taking any big hits. So far, so good. No damage so far. Let's check all the ships. No damage on O'Bannon. Well, minor damage on Mansinne. We're working on repairing that. Minor damage on Minneapolis. No damage on Stevens. Don't see any smoke on any of his ships yet. A lot of splashes. I have to land some big hits on one of these heavy cruisers. I think things will improve once we kind of get to our final destination as far as our direction. Still about 17,000, 18,000 yards out. So we can actually look at the action reports and we can see that we have caused some minor damage to some of these ships. What I'd like to do is play around a little bit with the identification manual, the recognition manual, and see if we can figure out exactly who these ships are. So we're looking at light cruisers here. Let's look at heavy cruisers. I don't think that's what we're dealing with here. Let's see if we can identify any of these ships. It's not that one. It's not that one. All of those ones have 2 funnels. Now this, that does look like it there. I think that's what we've got. So we've classified that as a Mogami heavy cruiser. Let's see if that improves our ability to hit. Yeah, see now we've got 84%. So that definitely helped identifying what it was. We've got a really good firing solution now. And it looks like we've also identified the other one as being the exact same thing. Actually, it's showing 3 of them. I thought we only had... Those one's not. That's not a Mogami cruiser back there. Is that what I was at? No, darn it. Let's fix that. Because I thought I was working on the second one there, but I guess not. Let's go to the recognition manual and see if we can fix what we think this third one is now. This is obviously a destroyer here. We got to get through all the American ones to get to the Japanese destroyers. It's got 3 funnels, so we'll start by looking at the ones that have 3 funnels. That'll help us narrow it down. A lot of different destroyers there. Alright, that looks like the one. Yep. Alright, so that fixes that. So let's get back to trying to take out this destroyer. Or this heavy cruiser. So North Carolina has a really good firing solution now. I'm going to switch back to manual, see if we can get firing a little more often instead of waiting for the splashes. Because I want to take this guy out so we can go after the second one. There we go. I'm getting some hits. I want to look at the report. Still minor damage on both of the Megamis. Hopefully we'll start getting some more significant damage before too long. Dang. Still a lot of misses. You can see the high angle they're coming in from. Because we're so far out still. We're still a good, what, 8 miles or so out. I didn't look to see what the report was on my own ship. Still just some minor damage there, too. North Carolina's up to a 90% solution now. Let's see if we can narrow our spread on these shots. See if we can get a little more concentrated fire on this number 2 Gondolin. Our other ships are mostly firing on that number 1. Now here comes a salvo. Let's see how it does at 90%. A little more concentrated. Come on, baby. Should be landing here soon. Maybe not. I thought I saw them firing. Now there it is. Not quite. Oh, there it comes. Yeah, we didn't get too many hits there. Let's look at the report. Moderate damage now on both of the heavy cruisers. That's good news. Let's keep that up. Once we take out those heavies, then we can start concentrating on these smaller ships. I want to see what my distance to target is at the moment, because I don't know if we're at the place where we can fire torpedoes yet or not. I'm not sure what the range is on my torpedoes. But maybe we can give it a try. We're saying a 92% solution at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and put... I actually really like this angle for the torpedoes because they're coming straight at us. So I'm going to put a little bit of a spread here. We'll hit hold so that they'll aim but not yet fire. Well, in theory, anyway. I don't want them all the way over there. Well, that's crazy. Maybe it's because we were set to manual. I don't know. Fire. Ugh. I don't know what's going on. Let's see how we're doing here. So his second light cruiser's fallen back. I don't know if it's because of damage that they've taken or what. I do like that we can look at these reports and see how things are going. Heavy damage on number 1, moderate flooding, moderate damage on number 2. And number 1's actually the one that I've been targeting with my smaller ships. Number 2's been getting targeted by the battleship primarily. See if we can finish this guy off. I didn't look at my own report, though. Still just minor damage on the 2 lead ships, so feeling pretty good right now about how things are going. I think I've definitely learned some lessons from my last fight that are serving me well this time around. Going with a good formation, had my radar turned on right off the bat. I feel like we're learning. And that's the goal, right? I mean, you learn from your mistakes, you get experience playing a game that you're not used to playing, and hopefully you start to do better. Oh yeah, we're nailing some nice hits on this guy now. 99% solution with my battleship. This guy's pretty much dead in the water. That might have something to do with it. Gonna keep checking that report. Heavy on both now. Moderate flooding on both. Those are the primary targets that I'm worried about. We take out those heavy cruisers, he at least doesn't have any big guns left. Have we identified? We haven't identified the other ships yet, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that because we're mainly targeting the lead ones. Maybe I'll switch North Carolina onto this target just so we can finish it off. It's going to take a few minutes to get the firing solution figured out. We're going to basically have our entire fleet firing on this lead ship until he's gone. And thankfully the rest are kind of back there, so it works pretty well for us to do it this way. Oh man, there's a lot of shells firing on him right now. Critical damage. Alright, he's just about done. Not yet. We'll get a notification when he does. Beautiful. We might even accidentally hit this destroyer with some of our fire as close as he's getting. Although we're really solid with our fire. So there, he's done. So now, alright, it looks like O'Bannon may have taken some major damage. Yeah, O'Bannon's taking some major damage now. That's our lead ship, so he's kind of going after him. So let's switch our targets now to this destroyer till it's gone. Megami's kind of fallen back, so I'm not going to worry too much about them. I do want to switch North Carolina over to HE shells for this destroyer. Let's see if that's what we're firing with everybody else. It appears that we are. So we're going to all fire on this destroyer till he's gone. Hopefully that won't take long. We land a couple of hits with the North Carolina. Oh yeah, buddy. Where do we get a decent solution on you? If I can get out of here without any major damage to my bigger ships, I'll feel pretty good about how this went. There we go. Oh man, look at all these shells coming at this destroyer. Most of them are missing, but we'll start landing some hits soon enough. He's coming in pretty close. North Carolina's got a solid firing solution now. Let's actually get our secondaries targeting him too. Oh yeah, you're toast, buddy. Loving all the concentrated fire on one ship and how quickly we can tear one down. And his formation has allowed for that, because he kind of got scattered. Kind of what happened to me in the last battle. Let's look at the report now. Sunk the first one, heavy damage and moderate flooding to that one. The Tenru's about to go down. He's got critical damage. Honestly surprised he's not already sinking. He's dead in the water though. There he goes. Alright. Now we go ahead and take a look at our next target. And we're just going to rinse and repeat as many times as necessary, although this time I might go ahead and target 2. I might regret this, because it's working pretty well going after 1. But I'd like to try and finish him off a little faster if I can. There's a light cruiser there. In fact, I'm going to get the North Carolina firing on that light cruiser. Go ahead and identify him if we can here, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we're looking at a light cruiser. I think we look at him from this side. No, it's this way. Okay. So again, it's 3 funnels, so that's going to help us right off the bat with trying to identify this guy. We're looking at a light cruiser, so let's get past all these various types of destroyers that he's got. Alright, there's the first one. It might actually be that one. He's got 3 guns in the rear. It's this one here. That's him. Alright. That's a Kuma class light cruiser. And let's see if that gets us a better targeting solution quickly. We just started targeting him. Kuma suffers a magazine explosion. Oh, beautiful. That certainly helps. Very quickly establishing a solid firing solution. Let's look at the status of our own ships. So we've got heavy and moderate damage and flooding to O'Bannon, but nothing to anybody else. That's that's 1 cruiser for an entire enemy fleet right now. So doing pretty well so far. I'm pretty pleased with this. Can't wait to score enough points to nab myself a Yorktown or something so I can start getting planes in the air to fight back and do my own air attacks on some of these fleets. So we do have that other Japanese fleet that's over in the west that includes a battleship. Well, he had that magazine explosion. You can see he's definitely got some flooding up front, but I haven't finished him off yet. And then we'll just have 3 ships left. There we go. That's a just about do it for him. Here we go. Alright. That leaves just 3. I'll go ahead and get everything queued up on target in this one now. Alright, we've got this one identified. We started firing on him. Once we take out that destroyer, we've got just 2 ships left, and one of them's already heavily damaged. I've gone ahead and started turning my fleet to the south. So they'll start coming in a little closer now. I think we'll take this guy out fairly quickly. I'd like to get out of here having saved the O'Bannon. You can see moderate damage now on the Megami, so he's gotten some of his damage repaired. We've almost taken out this cruiser. And then we have a light cruiser, or not cruiser, destroyer. That guy just went right through the heavy cruiser. There goes that one. Alright, we're down to just the 2 ships now. Excellent. Really, really good stuff. Okay, so now I've got my battleship, the North Carolina, firing on his heavy cruiser, the Megami. Everybody else is firing on the Minikaze. So hopefully we can take both of them out at fairly close time. We'll see how it goes. Let's see what the North Carolina's firing solution is looking like right now. It's already up to 64. It'll really quickly get up there. We'll start landing some hits. Man, I'm so glad I learned my lessons from the debacle of the last episode. Now, I don't expect it necessarily to be easy from here on out, because we know there's some tough enemy fleets ahead, especially that one with the battleship, but at least I feel a little more confident going into naval combat moving forward. Definitely need an aircraft carrier, though, so we can get some air power up there. Those bombers are a real threat, and honestly, I worry more about the bombers than I do about a surface fleet at this point. So we've got to get a little more anti-aircraft fire in our fleets to be able to quickly take down those bombers. He sends more than 4 of them at me, I could be in real trouble. So here's our report. Heavy damage on Megami, critical damage on Minikaze. I think we've just about got this all taken care of now. How's the O'Bannon doing? Critical. Alright, so we may yet lose O'Bannon. But again, honestly, small price to pay for what we've achieved. There goes Minikaze, he's down. So that leaves you, sir. That means everybody gets to fire at you now. So we'll just turn all our targets on him. Let's look specifically at North Carolina. 99%. That's awesome. So we're going to be landing lots of hits. This guy's a sitting duck. He's not even moving, so pretty easy to hit. Where I wish I could speed up time. Oh yeah. Probably critical at this point. Yep. A couple more hits will finish him off. He's not even firing. Jeez. Wow. That's right. Take it and like it. My goodness, this guy's taking a beating. Critical damage still. Heavy flooding. Imagine what it's going to take to sink a battleship. Of course, a lot of these shells that are hitting it are coming from destroyers. There we go. All right. Let's take a look at the final report now. So 38,000 tons sunk. We gained 53 command points for that. So still not quite enough to buy ourselves a carrier. I think we need 90 for a carrier. Or maybe it's more than that. Let's take a look real quick. Let's head over to our New Hebrides, hit New Sea, and Yorktown, 90. Okay, so we could, in theory, we could trade in something and buy one, but that'll be for another episode. We'll definitely get a carrier in the next episode. Let me know your thoughts about all that. Use that comment section below. Hit the like button if you would. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.